Well, we got all finished with the grinding wheel there, or wire brushing that is, and we found some interesting markings. You just go lightly over it, you don't actually ruin any of the markings or anything. Though it ain't the prettiest job in the world, it does really get the job done. We found markings here. It says Mann, M-A-N-N, Lewistown, Pennsylvania. So that's where this piece of steel was made. Very nice. This is it says True American on the other side. And this is the one that still has a really good edge. I don't think I need to do anything with that. This one was in the antique shop, and I was trying to read what this says here. I was trying to read it, and I was like, oh man, maybe there's some real good markings on here. It means it's real valuable or something. Look on there, and I got it all cleared out of all the rust, and it says warranted. I have a feeling it's not under warranty anymore. Yeah. This is our old standby. It doesn't really have anything on it. It just has an M4 marking. Pretty sure this isn't any antique or anything. It's just something we bought at Home Depot. It's got the mushrooming and everything, although it was about 30 years ago, so probably still not China. China made steel at that point. Can't tell you though, there ain't no markings on it. Off to setting the handles. I'm sure if you explore around on YouTube a little bit, you'll find different methods of this, probably better than what I've got here. However, with the setup I have in this garage, this is the best way I could find to set the handles. I don't know if you can see, probably not, but below me here I've got an old half stump, very large, with a couple of spacers of 2x4s that get me in my right height and gives me a nice strong base to slam down here, and so that I don't damage my handle while I'm pounding and moving it all. I've got a pretty thick cloth here, or towel, that I leave there. It seems to work pretty much every time. I've only had one occurrence where it's kind of marred my wood, but with some more sanding I was able to get it out no problem. We got our kitten. He's my supervisor. That's a she though, right?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know about this one.
Now, this is for this axe handle. And for this particular handle, it doesn't matter which way you go. It could go either direction because it's not curved in any which way. Although this could be quite an arduous process, it kind of depends on what you get. If you get a tool that they don't make anymore, sometimes you have to kind of do a custom job on this and kind of carve it or shape it in the shape that you need. However, this is probably going to work just fine, and as I continue to make these tools, it becomes easier and easier, and you kind of get your method down. Generally speaking, we got to carve it down enough to where you can actually get this in, but it has to come to right about the edge of this eye here, where it starts to get thick. And if you look at it and you're experienced in how these tools are supposed to look, you can pretty much eyeball it and see where you need to go. Generally speaking, I'll just start sanding this. It's a long process, but if you use power tools and you try to do it in that method, you start to either take away too much material, or just with the tools that I've got, you wind up to where you don't have a smooth surface all the way around. You need as much surface area as possible for that friction. That's what holds it on there. So if you've got geometrical planes instead of a spherical surface, then it's not going to be as effective, and you're going to lose your bit faster. It's going to fall off. You don't want that. So I'm going to start doing that. Show a little bit, and we'll skip ahead. Gonna use an aggressive grit sandpaper on this. Not looking for a smooth finish. You can go up and down like this, or you can go side to side like this. Just depends on what you want. What you find to be easier for you. And you can't be shy when you do this kind of thing. I've learned more and more that the more material you'll have on there, the better it is. The more whacking you have to do with a hammer, but you'll get them to where it starts curling. The wood will start curling under the bit. But if you just use, drawing a blank here, you use a chisel, and you can kind of tink, 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 and kind of get all that, curling out of there, and you'll get a real tight fit. I'll get back. Fast forward 4 months, and here we are. We've got our axe finished here. I don't know if I put this on the video yet. I probably put it in comments, but this we found out was actually a Pulaski axe. Pulaski axes had a spade here, and this one was just hacked off. Probably too close. I put a pretty good edge on it. It's probably the best I've ever done. Probably because it was already ground properly and pretty sharp to begin with. I still don't have the stones, the Japanese water stones and all the things that I can do things more properly. But as you can see, it does have the FS here. I probably can't see it. It's up on a tripod, so I can't see my view or anything. I'm just kind of winging it here. We got the nice handle put on and got it very tightly sealed. I've used it quite a bit. And how's it come out? So we're good. And we got plenty of room to keep going down as it wears and as it continues to be used. You can take it off, reset it, and reseat it in that area. Really nice. As for our old sledge, I actually got a lot of the mushrooming off, and we've used it so much we've put more mushrooming on it. So it shows you the quality of the steel, most likely Chinese. And I improperly put this handle on. I'm gonna have to repair that, but that's alright. Here's this big guy. That took a long time to get that edge back on there, especially with the methods I was using, which I have quickly found to be quite obsolete. The idea was good, but there's just better methods. It's been used a lot. We've cut probably 4 or 5 cords of wood by now with this big guy. In a hunt for a good gift for my brother, I found this at an antique shop and quickly realized that maybe it's not best for anybody to actually be using this. I did a little research on it, and it is a HSB and Company. HSB is an acronym for the 3 brothers who own this company, and it's called Our Very Best. These were used by competition woodcutters and old foresters back in the late 1800s, and this one was actually made somewhere around the time of 1875 to 1880, and you could really tell. What's really amazing about this is that it still has its original handle, which is just absolutely incredible. It has an octagon shape, which is actually better, and something that when I get a spoke shave, which would be really nice, I'm slowly building my tool collection, we'll probably start scribing and turning all my handles into an octagon shape, because if you look, if you make a circle out of your hand, you can actually count the sides, and it makes up an octagon. And that's why they would do it. It just fits and feels so wonderful in your hands. It's really amazing. This one was not treated very well. It's got a very, very bad, like, bench grinder grind on it, so I'd have to repair that. Now I've got the proper tools to do so. I'll do that very carefully, do the best I can to restore this handle, or maybe not do anything at all to it, because, to be honest, it's such a piece of history, I'll probably hang this up on the wall and keep it safe. So, I think that'll conclude this video. I'll post another video on some new projects shortly. So, have a great day.